Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are meeting me for the first time, I am Veevee and the name of my channel is Veevee Lawson. So you are very welcome to my channel. Please consider subscribing if you love this face or if you like the kind of content that I create and you want to come back every time to watch me and support me, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post. Okay, so today's video is going to be like educational. Now I'm going to give 10 personal tips that have helped me to grow my natural hair to the stage that it is right now. If you see me look this way, just know that I am looking at my laptop. It's just here. I have written down all the tips that I'll be telling you guys today so that I don't get to miss anyone or forget anyone. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the first tip I'm going to be giving is wash your hair regularly. Keep your scalp clean. As long as your scalp is clean, your hair would find it easier to grow out. A dirty scalp is usually like clogged, like the pores on your scalp is clogged due to the dirt that it accumulates like every day. We all know that our environment is not that clean. There's dust, sand flying everywhere, leaves from trees, and even the products that you put in your hair, when they stay in your hair for some time, they create dirt together with the sebum that your scalp produces. So all of those things packed on each other could be very detrimental to the health of your scalp. So you need to regularly clean your scalp by washing with shampoo bars, whatever it is that gives you that clean scalp effect. You want to make sure that you do that on a regular basis. I wash my hair every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks I wash my hair. Even if I have a protective style on, I have learned to wash my hair even in protective styles. And it's even much better for you to wash your hair in protective styles because then you get to lose less hair. So yeah, even if you have protective styles on, like maybe you have braids on or twists, whatever it is, you can still wash your hair in those protective styles and keep your scalp clean. Second tip I'm going to be giving is deep condition your hair. There are a lot of options that you can, pick from as regards deep conditioning. So we have like deep conditions from Cantu, Shea Moisture, all this company made deep conditioners. They're also really good for your hair. You can also choose the option of making your own deep conditioner. So I use my DIY masks. I learned that from here on YouTube. I don't know the particular person that I watched it from, but I have had to watch a lot of YouTube videos, and I have taken knowledge from YouTubers who specialize in natural hair, and I just take their ideas, try them on my hair, see how it feels, and then stick to one of them. So that's what I've been doing. Sorry guys. Okay, so that's what I have done for myself. So deep conditioning is really good. It helps to strengthen the strands of your hair, amongst other wonderful things. You can also do your research and get to see the benefits of deep conditioning and the ingredients that you can use for your own DIY masks for your hair. I have tried using eggs, honey, mayonnaise, avocado, pear, and bananas. So I just have all of them mixed up, and even any oils of your choice. I've tried sunflower oil, I've tried olive oil, I've also tried grapeseed oil. So any oils of your choice, you put them all, mix them all together and make this beautiful mask that your hair will love. I do have a video that I uploaded doing hair masks, so if you want to watch it, I would be sure to link it up you know, in the cards in this video for you to watch after watching this one, of course. Now the next tip, which I think is the third tip, yeah, the third tip that I'm going to be giving is detangle with love. A lot of people don't know how to detangle their hair. During wash days, they just like take combs and they pull on their hair strands, and what you notice is that your hair begins to break. You don't want to detangle your hair with force. I use a detangler brush. I would insert a photo of that brush for you guys to see. So I use it like to detangle my hair, and it gets the work done perfectly. Like when I'm done, there are no tangles, you know, it's just so beautiful that I discovered that detangle brush. Other people prefer to use their fingers, so you just use your fingers and you touch your hair, and you know, use your fingers and go through the strands of your hair to see where there are tangles for you to release them. I believe that finger detangling is the best because your fingers are much softer and it's easier for you to, like, you know, take it slowly, go through the strands of your hair and just take out all the tangles and everything, as opposed to using combs, like white tooth combs and all that. Sometimes it just snag on your hair, and you don't want that, because that snagging, when it gets too much, it causes breakage, and you don't want that. We're trying to grow long, healthy hair. We're not trying to break off the much that we have. So finger detangling is great. Using detangler brushes is also great. I do both of them, so I just alternate between the two, but I'm mostly using the detangler brushes because it gets the work done even quicker. So yeah, detangling with love, very important, very, very important. The fourth tip that has helped me to grow long hair is always keeping my hair stretched. So always endeavor to keep your hair stretched. You can keep your hair stretched by using heat. You can use blow dryers. You can use that other big dryer where you sit inside the dryer and then and then dry your hair. But I usually just use like blow dryers. You hold your hair, you use a comb or whatever, and just as you're drying, you're combing out, or using your detangler brush, because that's what I use. Or you can just use the tension method. So the tension method is where you hold up your hair dryer and then you use the other hand to hold your hair down. So you're holding your hair down and you just use the hair dryer and go over it, so it gets your hair straightened even quicker. Yeah. So keeping your hair stretched is beneficial, because when your hair is stretched, you hardly ever get to see that your hair tangles on each other. You know, the way that our hair is, African hair, natural hair, loves to tangle on each other because it curls a lot, and you don't want your hair that curls to coil onto each other, because then you get to experience more tangles and you get to experience single strand knots, and we don't want that, because the more your hair tangles, the more easier it is for it to break out. So you want to keep your hair stretched so that they don't get to tangle onto each other. You can either stretch your hair out using heat, like I previously said, or you can stretch your hair out by just like plaiting your hair down like I did with mine. You can also stretch your hair by using heatless methods. Examples of heatless methods that you can use are like doing single braids on your hair, doing single twists, or using wool or yarn to like tie your hair straight. I'm also going to insert pictures of me using like a yarn to stretch out my hair. And to be honest, that's the best way that you can stretch your hair, because when you use heat, you have the tendency to damage your hair. So our hair has a tendency to be heat damaged when you use heat all the time. So it's advisable that while you use heat to stretch your hair, it's also important that you use the heatless methods, and if possible, do that all the time. Heatless methods all the time. I prefer using heatless methods to stretch my hair. They do the job, and I've not had any heat damage on my hair because I gravitate towards using heatless methods more than using heat to stretch my hair. The first tip that I have is moisturize your hair. So you want to moisturize your hair because water is amazing. Water is amazing inside your system. It's amazing on your skin. It's amazing on your hair as well. So you want to moisturize your hair with water. You want to moisturize your hair with oils or water-based creams. So you can have different options for doing that. So you just need to find the one that's best for you and just moisturize your hair. From the time that I learned that moisturizing is amazing for the hair, I have never stopped moisturizing, and it's always giving me great results. So what I do is when I wash my hair, I be sure to wash my hair with warm water, because warm water is amazing. It opens up your pores and lets the water in, lets the products that you're using in to nourish your scalp and all of that. As I said before, a healthy scalp equals healthy hair growth. So you want to moisturize your hair regularly. So what I do is if I wash my hair, let's say I wash my hair today, in a week's time, when I'm in the shower, I just let water touch my hair. Sometimes I don't just allow the water fall onto my hair with full force. I usually take a cloth and I dampen the cloth, and then I just use it to press on my hair like so, and just to let the moisture in. So that's what I do. So you want to either spray your hair with water or let water touch your hair in the shower, or you want to use a damp cloth to press on your hair and let it have some moisture. So the sixth tip that I'm going to be giving you guys is hydrate your system. So this is connected to moisturizing your hair. Now this one involves you taking in the water. You drink the water to nourish your organs, your entire system, because a healthy body is it equals a lot of great things. When you have a healthy system, everything flourishes. Your hair flourishes, your skin flourishes, your nails flourish. So you want to hydrate your system. You want to drink a lot of water. I know some people who eat and they don't drink water, or maybe they take a lot of juices and soft drinks and alcohol. That is not going to benefit your hair in the long run. You want to take water in your system. I drink a lot of water just because of my hair. When I learned that, I started trying it out, drinking a lot of water. I would drink water normally, but I wasn't intentionally drinking water to grow my hair. But from the time I started intentionally drinking water to grow my hair, I saw great results. So you want to hydrate your system because it's amazing for your entire body. It's amazing for your entire existence. The seventh tip that I'm going to be giving you guys today is protect your ends. Protect your ends. Your ends are the oldest part of your hair. And that's why it's really important that you protect them. You see, the newest parts of your hair or the newest strands of your hair are the roots of your hair. This part is the newest because that's the one that just grew out of your scalp. Now the ends of your hair are the oldest parts. Now you want to ensure that you protect them to avoid breakage. Because you know what happens when your hair breaks off all the time? When your hair breaks off all the time, it just gives that it gives off that look like your hair doesn't grow. Because how would anyone believe that your hair grows if your hair keeps cutting off at the ends? It just makes it look like the same length all the time. So that's why it's important that you protect the ends of your hair. Because while our hair grows out every time, every second, every minute, you want to ensure that the ends are protected, so that as your hair is growing from the scalp, the ends are still there, and it just, you know, shows you that your hair is actually growing. That's the proof that you have that your hair is growing. As long as your ends are intact, every other hair that grows out just adds on to what you already have, and then gives off that, you know, look that, yeah, my hair is actually growing. So you need to protect the ends of your hair. You can protect the ends of your hair by packing your hair in buns. So when you pack your hair in buns like I did just now, you want to like roll the ends of your hair around it so that it doesn't get to touch your clothes, because there are some clothes that specialize in breaking out your hair. Clothes like, you know, warm clothes that are made with wool. Wool has a tendency to pull on your hair. So your hair just, if your hair attaches to the cloth that you're wearing that's made of wool, it hooks itself into those tiny holes on the wool. And then because our hair likes to cling to a lot of things due to the colors that, you know, it has. Now, when you turn your head, maybe you're talking to someone or you just want to see something and you don't know that your hair has already hooked onto the holes on your wool clothes, and you turn like that, it just snags. So when it snags, every snag, okay, let me not say every snag, but most snags equal breakage. So you don't want to wear clothes that your hair will snag onto and break, and you don't want to leave your hair falling over your clothes in case those are the clothes that are the danger clothes. You don't want your hair to fall onto them and snag at every turn or, you know, every movement that you make. So just keep your hair in buns and just tie your hair, you know, around the buns, making like packing your hair in a way that it stays up as opposed to staying down. So it's the same mechanism that I just gave with putting your hair in buns. So just tying your hair up, making hairstyles that take your hair up, like high buns and, you know, any of those hairstyles that take your hair up are very important for you to protect your ends. Another way you can protect your ends are like, you know, like how you see this hair now. Sometimes when I make my hair, if I'm not going to like tie my hair up, I just hold the hair like this and tie it around itself. So I just tie it around itself, and make sure to do that loosely because you don't want to lose your hair in the process of doing that. So when you tie your hair around itself, it looks something like this. Now the ends are securely around the hair, so even if your hair is falling over and touching your clothes, it's very difficult for it to snag onto each other. So that's what I'm trying to explain. Now we're on to the 8th tip. So the 8th tip is sleep in bonnets. Bonnets, you know, scarves, whatever it is that will help to protect your hair are super important for you to have, you know, in your house, wherever you sleep. They're super important for you to own. So you want to use bonnets, satin bonnets, you want to use silk bonnets or silk scarves or satin scarves because they're known to help your hair to avoid friction. You want to sleep in bonnets so that when you turn as you sleep, none of that would affect your hair strands, and none of that will cause your hair strands to break. So keep that in mind. The 9th tip that I'm going to be giving is protective style. Okay, protective styling your hair is super important. You want to leave your hair in a style that doesn't allow you to touch your hair all the time. Okay, that's also going to take us to the last tip that I have, which is let your hair breathe. But yeah, let me just finish with this one. So protective styling your hair is very beneficial because it doesn't allow you to touch your hair all the time, you know, in order to cause it any form of breakage. So it's important that you protective style your hair. Plus it's also amazing, like it makes you look great when you have a protective style that's beautiful. You look more beautiful and at the same time protecting your hair as well. So it's super important that you know, consider protective styling your hair. You can do styles like braids, cornrows, twists. You can also wear wigs, because wigs are also really good at protecting your hair. As long as you moisturize properly, wear your wigs over them, over your hair, it's amazing. It just keeps your hair protected. So you want to moisturize your hair extremely well when you wear wigs, and you don't want to wear wigs for elongated period of time, because you need to be able to let your hair, you know, enjoy the sun, enjoy the breeze. You want to also keep an eye on your hair to see if it's dried out, if you need to moisturize more, you know, if you need to wash your hair as well. So you don't want to use a wig that you have to glue onto your hair for elongated periods of time, so that you have the leverage to take care of your hair properly. So braids, twists, cornrows, wearing wigs are amazing. And at the same time, you also want to protective style your hair in a way that it's not too tight. So you don't want to make hairstyles that are super tight, because then they affect your edges. If you make hair that's super tight, your hair tends to pull out, your edges tend to pull out. Like, it's very important for you to be able to make your own hair, because then you know exactly what you want to do to your hair and you do it. Most times when we go to salons, we don't have, like, some of us are not like bold enough to tell someone, oh, this is what I want to be done with my hair. And even if you're bold enough to tell someone, the stylist wants to make your hair in a way that when people see your hair, it's very neat, it stays, it lasts longer, and that's where it brings customers to them. So they want to make your hair in a way that suits them, most times more than it suits you. So if you know how to braid your own hair, it's easier for you to do whatever you want to do. I haven't been to a salon in years. I can say 7 years or 8 years I haven't been to a salon. I've only made my own hair by myself, and it's helped, like, it's really helped me to grow out my hair, because I can do any hairstyle I want. I can plait my hair loosely and it starts looking old in a week. I don't care. Because it's my hair and I know what I'm trying to do to my hair. I know I'm trying to grow my hair. Tight hair, not for me. I can make my hair today, it looks great today, in a week it's bad. I don't care. What I can do is to loosen the hair, plait it again, or leave it out. Anyhow I want to treat my hair, as long as I'm doing it the right way, and as long as I'm doing it the way that pleases my hair, then I'm good to go. So you want to make sure that as you're protective styling your hair, you're doing it in a protective way, because you can protective style in the wrong way. Like I said, making your hair too tight is actually wrong. It's not in any way protecting your hair, it's actually damaging your hair, and you don't want that to happen. Now the 10th tip, the last tip I'm going to be giving you guys today in this video is let your hair breathe. Let your hair breathe. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I just loosened a protective style that I had on for I think 3 weeks to a month. I'm not sure of the timing now. To take out protective styles, you don't want to immediately put on another protective style. You want to allow your hair, you know, to stay out, to breathe, to be in loose packs like I have on now. I actually have loose twists on my hair. I don't want to open it because I'll have to start packing my hair up again, and I don't want to do that. But I will insert a photo of what my hair looks like on the thumbnail, or maybe even in this video for you guys to see what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so letting your hair breathe is really good, because then your scalp is free of, you know, any heavy extensions or whatever it is. So it's just your hair free on its own, your scalp free on its own. The sun touches it, the air touches it, humidity, like everything just, you know, comes to, you know, onto your hair. So there's no wigs covering your hair, it's just your hair breathing on its own, and it's really beneficial and amazing to the health and the growth of your hair. So you want to let your hair breathe. Now, I have a bonus tip. I have a bonus tip. I don't know how some people might take this tip, but to be honest, this is something that I've done, and I feel like it has really helped, the growth of my hair. So that bonus tip is praying for your hair. From the time I started my natural hair journey, praying was something that, I took very seriously. I pray for a lot of things in my life. Even things that you might see as small things that you might say, oh, don't disturb God for those kind of things. I just pray about them. I pray for my hair. I just pray for so many things. I also pray for God to help me to gain weight, even though I've lost the weight because I was sick for some time. Like I said, I'm going to give a story time concerning that time that I went through sickness. But I will give a story time for you guys to get to understand. But I lost a lot of weight due to that experience. But with my weight, I pray. With my hair, I pray. Like almost everything I do, I pray about. So like praying for my hair has really been beneficial to me. And if praying is something that you also believe in, I'd advise that you do that as well. In combination with the tips that I've given, because praying alone may not really do anything for you if that's just all you're doing, because the Bible says faith without works is dead. So you want to work as you pray. You want to put in effort as you pray. So you want to try all these tips that I've given, and even any other tips that you might come across from watching other people's videos or researching on natural hair and all that. So you want to add those tips, doing those things, adding them to your regimen, and also having faith and praying for your hair. I also want to give a disclaimer. My hair and your hair is not, like, obviously it can't be exactly the same. So things that I have done to grow my hair might not work as well as they've worked for me, considering other things like your genes, your lifestyle, I mean eating, the things that you eat, your environment, that's the climates that you have in your country or wherever you stay. They could also impact the growth and the growth and the health of your hair. So using the tips that I've given, these are like normal tips that would work for anyone, but they may not work at the same pace, or they may not have the exact effect that they've had on my hair. But I am promising you that you are going to see changes to your hair when you practice these tips that I've given, because these are just normal tips that everyone would give you for your hair. But if it's not growing as fast as mine is growing, my hair is 4 years old. So if you feel like, I know that there's some people that their hair at 4 years is actually longer than mine, and there are some at 4 years their hair is shorter. So that's what I'm trying to pass across to you guys, that your genes, your lifestyle, the climate, where you live could impact and the growth and length of your hair. Just for you to bear in mind that these tips will definitely work for you, but they may not work exactly as they have worked for me. So just keep on looking at your hair, studying your hair. As you're using these tips, just be studying your hair to see the effects that they are having on your hair. If they are good for your hair, continue. If they are not, you might want to stop and try other things and experiment with your hair. It's really important that you experiment with your hair. When I started growing out my hair, I was watching a lot of natural hair girls on YouTube, and I was just taking things that they said and I'll experiment with my hair. Stuff that worked, I kept using them. Stuff that didn't, I dropped them. So it's important that you pay attention to your hair while you practice all these tips, to be sure that you are doing the right thing and that you're sticking to the right thing. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate your subscription. I'd really appreciate your likes on my video. Also, please check out all the videos that I have uploaded for you to get to understand exactly what this channel is about, and also to show your support. Okay, I do have so many other videos planned out for this channel, so please turn on your notification bell so that you get notified every time that I post a new video on this channel. So until next time, guys, bye.